As much as I loved Avengers Endgame, and I did, I think it's an amazing movie, one of my favorite moments of that was actually the end of the movie when Thor got on the Benatar and ended up going off with the Guardians to adventures unknown. He was leaving Earth, leaving Valkyrie as the king of New Asgard, and him taking off to find himself again with a new group of friends, especially the ones he'd grown most attached with, which was Rocket and Groot, and they had a great relationship, and also his little bantering back and forth with Peter Quill was a lot of fun. And then the question became, would we see an Asgardians of the Galaxy movie? Could they actually do this? They did this in comic form. They put out a comic of that, which I think a lot of people seem to think that that was an indicator that something could be happening on the film front. And as we're finding out today through a little bit of a slip up by Vin Diesel, which I don't think was a slip up if I'm being honest with you, we're finding out that apparently the Guardians will be in Thor, Love and Thunder, but we just don't know to what capacity. Now it says here that Vin Diesel plays by his own rules. He changed his name to Vin Diesel after all, which means he's perfectly happy to give away secrets that producers and filmmakers would rather keep under wraps. Diesel also has a habit of sometimes talking about projects that don't seem to be happening at all. That's just how he rolls, folks. And yeah, he's done it once again. In a new interview, Diesel let the cat out of the bag and revealed that the Guardians of the Galaxy would be popping up in Thor, Love and Thunder. And that does just, I mean, look, to be fair, let's be real. I mean, where Thor's story ended, it makes sense that he would still be on the Benatar with the Guardians for quite some time. This picks up a couple years later. He's going to have to get himself back in shape. He's going to have to lose the depression, cut his hair a little bit, you know, and go back to the man that we knew and the man that is probably lovelorn after what, you know, because probably Peter Quill's going to be talking his ear off about Gamora the whole time, and they're going to be trying to track down Gamora and get her back on the team, or, you know, get her back into being what we know, and Peter to fall in love with her, or get her to fall in love with Peter all over again. And since the movie's called Thor, Love and Thunder, that would get him thinking about Jane Foster, which is exactly the whole point of bringing Jane Foster back and making her Lady Thor in the movie. So something's going to happen. So obviously the opening of the movie is where it's going to be, in my opinion, right? It's going to be there. Now it says here in the interview above, Diesel casually mentions Guardians of the Galaxy are going to have something to do with Thor 4, saying the director has talked to me about it, referring to Taika Waititi, saying Thor will incorporate some of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which will be very interesting. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Well, Vin Diesel is a bit of a hype man. As I talked about yesterday, he's like, I don't care about the corona. I'll go to China to promote Bloodshot. I'll go to China to promote Fast 9. Come on, send me out there. I can beat it. Right. And, you know, hey, more power to him for wanting to do that, obviously. But still, that's kind of where we find ourselves here. Now it says the statements are rather vague and there's always a chance Diesel is misinformed, but bringing the Guardians into Thor isn't exactly out of left field. And then it goes on to talk about how Chris Hemsworth had a great chemistry with the crew, and the end of Endgame has them going off together. And which is, again, that's exactly how the movie ended. And that's exactly what I was talking about. And there's also the potential ability for Thor to pop up in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I don't think that's going to happen, if I'm being honest with you. They might make a reference to him. He might have a brief cameo or something. Chris Hemsworth is in no way, shape, or form done playing Thor at all. He is the de facto Thor until Kevin Feige says, will you get the hell off my lawn? Until then, he's playing it, because nothing else he's been in has been successful. Nothing else he's been in has been very successful. So obviously at this point, this is where he feels his career is, and I completely get that. So in regards to this whole thing, I do think that Thor popping up inside of this is or Guardians of the Galaxy popping up in Thor 4 just makes the most amount of sense. If I have to speculate, and that's one thing I like to do here, I would speculate as in, you know, Alpha Thor, because they said Alpha Thor is going to take place a couple years later, right? So Thor will have grown into being a man again, or not grow, sorry, Groot will grow into being a man again. I mean, Alpha Groot. And then from there, they're going to have maybe a brief adventure in the beginning of it. Something's going to happen. Thor's going to leave to go find Jane. And that's when we're going to get the story and whatever. I mean, how much you want to bet at the beginning of it, they're going to be fighting whoever Christian Bale is going to be. He's going to kick their ass or something. And then, you know, or maybe that he's going to come up, or I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But either way, you can kind of see where this is going. And it makes the most amount of sense. It does. Now, the question then becomes, how much of a cameo? And I don't know. I mean, Jurassic World 3 is filming right now. I don't know what Bradley Cooper's up to. I don't know what Dave Bautista's up to. I know his one movie got pushed back a whole month because of the virus. That's delaying a lot in Hollywood right now. And the thing is, we'll find out more as we get closer to its release date at the end of 2021. So right now, this is all speculation. It's all rumor. It's all Vin Diesel just talking. But listen, if there's any person out there to believe, to kind of believe on what's going on, I think Vin Diesel is perhaps a good source of that one. Anyway, guys, I look forward to your thoughts, your opinions. Are you excited about this? I'm excited about this. I want to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.